and welcome back, live, Scruffy, Womp, Rat, Cantina, you know the rest. It's me, Cole, under the Twin Suns. I'm joined by a boss in a tuxedo. It's Steve. Hello, handsome
Oh,
Steve.
hello. What's up?
Not much, man. I'm just enjoying playing the new RVA SWU League season.
Yeah. It was a rough week for the Matthews family, but we're gonna come back stronger next week. My daughter and I both lost our matches, but it's all good.
I
We
mean, I've
lost
just
them
been
to some very
enjoying.
handsome people.
Oh, you're too kind. I felt a little rude. I went a little hard in the paint. I can't lie. Um, It's been fun though. I took a couple seasons off from the league because I was busy, and then I had my broken shoulder. But it's a lot of fun, and I forgot how much fun it is to just grind out games.
Yeah. The league's a great way of especially we're going into PQ season, and people are gonna get a lot more competitive. It's a great way to practice and kind of figure out what you might want to play at a PQ.
Agreed. I hope there's another PQ that's closer to us. Is Falls Church the nearest one that's coming up?
It unfortunately is, yeah, for this
I might
season.
make that journey. My brother lives up there. Might be worth it.
Oh, okay,
Oh.
okay.
All right, but this is a Twin Suns show, and the Twin Suns precons have been a lot more revealed. I don't think they're done being revealed yet, obviously, but we're getting a lot more. Steve and I have picked off a couple rapid fire cards that we really like for the decks we're getting. So for me, I'm getting the Rex Ahsoka deck just because, as everybody knows, I'm a huge Clone Wars enjoyer. Love that stuff, and there's a lot of cool cards within there that I want to talk about. And then Steve, what precons are you thinking about getting?
So I've already pre-ordered the Dooku Saj one,
Mm-hmm.
but I'll probably end up just breaking and getting all of them. Because they all have cards in them that I think that are really fun. Um, but I liked the Dooku, the politics, the hey, yeah, you want some droids, some health, yeah, and then eventually just get a overwhelming board state and win that way.
Yeah, I like the thing about Rex and Ahsoka is that I can ready your guys' units. It'll get you happy with me, and I can re-ready my units for that off of a certain card that we'll talk about in a second. But yeah, I cannot tell you how much. And there's just so many cards that I just keep looking and I'm like, oh my god, I love that. I love that. Give me that. That's mine. Mine, please. Give me. But yeah, now that I'm looking at it, I think I'm probably gonna end up cracking and also getting the Padme and Anakin deck.
Did you see that you got like a better lawmaker?
I did.
It's like a lawbringer or whatever.
I did.
That's nuts. That is
There's
like way
also
better, I
there's
feel
also
like.
just better bravado. With we'll just start talking about cards that made us go remove the chip. Okay, this doesn't sound great in theory. Two, it's two red card. Deal 2 damage to a unit if it's clone. Ready it. Oh, that's not crazy. Do you know how many clones have grit, big dog? You know how many so many
Getting
of the clones
gritty.
have grit. Um, and also the thing about this is it's actually a free event because if you're playing it in the Rex deck, my next event costs 2 less, 0. So for 0, I'm dealing 2 damage to a unit, readying it as because it's going to be a clone and it's going to have grit more than likely. I love
So
that.
what you're telling me is you can remove the chip from Bo-Katan Kryze even though she doesn't have one.
I mean, I
Oh, she's
suppose I
not a
could. She
clone. She's
wouldn't
not a
ready
clone.
though. Yeah, but she
Ah,
wouldn't
she's not a
ready.
clone. Ah, dang it. I saw grit and got excited.
Yeah. No, unfortunately, that does not quite work. But that's one of the cards that really got me going. And obviously the other one was here it is. Rex's DC 17s. It's an upgrade. It costs 3. It's a red and heroism attached to a non-vehicle unit. Attached unit gains when an enemy unit readies during the action phase. I ready this unit. Uses only once per round. It gives a +3/+2 bonus. The thing that's great about this is Rex is literally readying a unit, an enemy unit every single turn. So I'm gonna constantly be using
Yeah,
this.
it's very thematic too. He's like, just rapid
Yeah.
fire shooting them. That's
The only
cool.
thing I wish is it had like a if attached to Captain Rex you get something. Just because I like when they do things like that. But
Yeah.
I think they moved away from that in Spark. That was much more of a Spark thing. I don't know if you've noticed, but like, I guess Darth Maul's lightsaber was another good example, and I'm getting off topic, but we've kind of just changed to giving the ability generally to everybody to make it better, which I kind of like. Um,
Yeah.
And then one other card that or two other cards that I've picked out, and then Steve, I'll let you go ahead and start spieling. Fives, just because I love fives. He's one of my favorite characters. 6/6 Sentinel. You may have this unit enter with the when played abilities of another unit in played, and there's just a
Ooh.
buttload on clones and on Jedi that'll be in that deck. So that's going to be great.
I love his art. His art is like, what am I doing when I come into play?
No, it's more like to me, you have to believe me. The list.
I'll interplay with what ability?
Yeah, he's wondering. It doesn't understand. It doesn't compute. And then finally, because this one just makes me laugh, Coleman Trebor, Jedi Rescuer. God, he makes me laugh. This is the guy who just gets immediately smoked by Jango
Oh
Fett in
yeah,
episode 2. He just comes
that's
up all
right.
confident, ready to fight. Bum, bum, bum! Oh, that's a shame. He comes in
Leroy
hidden.
Jenkins.
Ah, would have been helpful when he jumped into the arena. What joke did you have, Steve? I'm sorry, I cut you off.
No, Leroy Jenkins right into that.
Dude, he really did. Just gets gunned down by Jango Fett. Yeah, deal 1 damage to each enemy base and heal 1 damage from your base for each damage dealt this way is crazy. So
Yeah,
I'm dealing 3 damage and I'm healing 3 damage
for one.
for one. Nuts.
Um, I like Maul, a 4 cost, red and yellow, 5/4 Sentinel, and when played, you can attack with another unit. I like the flavor here because it's like, even though this isn't Phantom Menace Maul, it's just kind of nice that he can just smoke Obi-Wan or Qui-Gon and live.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that's funny. He's like a better version of Qui Gon, and then that Qui Gon had that extra toughness, which the 5 toughness on a Sentinel for 4 is pretty relevant. But the 5 power, I mean, he's gonna kill some stuff on his way out, and being able to just attack with another unit is pretty cool. I
Keeping
mean,
tempo like that's
Senta is.
awesome.
Hmm.
Keeping tempo like that is awesome. Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. I mean, we play Senta sometimes right out of hand just to have a little bit of extra tempo, and she's 6. Um, so I mean, he can definitely see some play. I uh, I really like I really like Secret Marriage. I just think that is so much fun, just being able to give a shield to up to, 2 non-vehicle units. They don't have to be yours. And if you do give it to an enemy, you get to draw a card. So it's like kind of like, oh yeah, you too, you have some shields and go on Naboo and have a romantic vacation. I'm going to draw these 2 cards, all for 2 cost.
And it's got
I
plot
love that.
in case you need
And it
in
has
case you're
plot.
stuck between resourcing stuff. Yeah.
Yep, yeah, exactly. If your leader read pay 2 when you enter, draw 2 cards, I mean that's pretty decent. Um yeah, I really like that one. And then there was another one that I really liked was reveal intentions. It's a 1 cost in cunning. It says each player reveals their hand. In player order, each player discards a card from the hand of the player to their right, and then
Ooh,
each player draws a card.
I like
So like
that.
it's just this mass Bazine effect where you're just like, all right, everybody's gonna lose their their best card right now, and it only costs 1, so you could do this. I mean, turn 1 if you wanted. Um, yeah, I'm a big fan. This precon looks pushed. I would not be surprised if we see a lot of these cards creep into Eternal.
Well, aren't these cards only legal to play in Twin Suns?
No, we could play them in Eternal as well.
Oh, really? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
never mind.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But yeah, no. What I like, a couple things. I think this is going to save the format. Not that the format needs saving, that there's anything wrong with it. We need more players. We need people to come in. Precons are what help Commander because you don't have to build your own deck, or you just at least have the baseline for it. They're also relatively going to be affordable. They're $40 MSRP, which is cheaper than current Commander decks, which is kind of cool. And the other thing that I really like about this is they're kind of leaning into the jokes. Like a lot of these are different memes. Like I hope we see a card that's like I hate sand. That'd be perfect. God, I hope we get that. Um, but overall, I'm very excited for this. I know I was doom and gloom Cole like 2 weeks ago. Things have been moving and shaking. If you take FFG out of the equation, this game is great, and that's the problem for me. I need to take them out of the equation and stop giving them the attention. Well, Steve,
That's
now that
fair.
I have a little bit of, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just agreeing with you.
Now that I have a little bit more of the game experience this season under my belt, you want to talk about some underrated and overrated cards that you think are being played or not played right now?
Yeah, yeah, sure. Um, yeah, I'll start with one. Cavern Angels X-wing. I know that this is something that probably a lot of people are playing, but if you're not for some reason, and you're playing aggressive deck, like this card is kind of nuts. Uh, it's a 2/1 for 2, and when defeated, it deals 2 damage to a base. You could do this in Thrawn and just do 4 damage to a base. You could just play this like my daughter plays this in her yellow Dedra deck, and it's just I'm gonna keep hitting you in space, and if you deal with it, cool. I'm still gonna do my 2 damage either way.
Mm-hmm.
This is just a cheap unit to guarantee at least 4 damage most of the time.
It really puts that pressure on.
Um, yeah, I'll go again. Uh,
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know if we were going to go back and forth. We can go back and forth. My fault. Okay, my pick, Eth Koth, Spiritual Warrior. Listen, there is not a lot of ramp left. This week, in my hardest matchup, shout out to Derek. Derek was playing Saul, and Derek had and I'm so sorry I can't remember it, the bounty hunter that you can sack it and get it as a resource. Whatever the new 4 ramp is. It's the 4 ramp super laser tech, whatever you want to call it. Him getting to 6 when I was at 5, oh, I forgot how much ramp can like hurt you. So there's not a lot of ramp options in the decks that I'm playing right now. This is my best option. I'm playing blue Obi-Wan. So I think Eve Koth is pretty good because when defeated, you may use the Force, and if you do, you can put it into play as a resource. It's not amazing compared to my other options of the Force. However, I might start running this in the sideboard for control matchups where people are just constantly killing my units. So at least I'm ramping while that's happening. It's just a random thought, and it's only $1 right now for the hyperspace version.
nice. Another aggressive one I wanted to talk about real quick was Yerk. I
Dude, yes
guess that's how
sir,
you say
yes
that.
sir.
A 2/4 with hidden. I mean, just a hidden as an extra FU. And then this mofo has a raid 4, hits for 6 on turn. I mean, on turn 4 you're hitting for 6. That's crazy. That is a lot of damage. And if you're a true degenerate, you slap an aggressive negotiations on there, and then you smack it for like 10. So I've seen some people playing this. I've also seen some lists that did not have it. Definitely would look into that as like a top end for an aggressive strategy.
I
And
have
then
another one. Oh, I'm sorry. We can go
no, no,
back
no,
and
go ahead.
forth. That's cool. I got another one.
No, I just like to confuse things.
As one does. So I've been playing a lot with the Force, and one of the things that I noticed about this unit that I really like is it's based around the Force, but you don't have to use the Force to use it fully efficiently. Darth Tyrannus, 4 drop, 4/3, shielded. While the Force is with you, this unit gains ambush. So if you're playing like a Darth Revan deck or like a Mother Talzin deck, you can use this ambush, and a 4/3 shielded is nothing to shake a stick at anymore. This wasn't great in the past. Like when we saw this come out in Legends of the Force, we were like, oh, that's cool because there were just so many better options, but now there's not.
Yeah,
So this is pretty nice in a villain list.
that shield is so annoying sometimes.
Shielded is a real
Um,
pain in the butt. I'm telling you, I'm thinking about starting to try to look into some Saboteur stuff between
and
the shields and the Sentinels that are going around these days. Sorry, go ahead.
I've got a hot take. I've been playing Anakin Skywalker in my Lando Blue list, which is not like a super hot take all on its own, but I do think this card might actually be pretty decent. Especially when you consider like stuff like I lost my league match to Ruben this week because he just like started dumping that dang upgrade, the Stygian Prime upgrade, and I just could not get rid of
Mm-hmm.
it.
Yeah.
And Anakin does kind of give you a way to get out of it if you can somehow snag initiative. You can attack with it. If no other units have attacked this phase, you can return it to its owner's hand, which actually doesn't work for getting out of that. I just realized. But with all that being said, I have been playing against like those really aggressive boba strategies that try and go really hard into the base. You can put the indirect damage on Anakin and then attack and bounce it back to your hand. You gain some life off your base. You reset all that indirect damage he took. I found more utility for him than I thought I would, as just a 2/4 for 2 because those stats generally matter. Um, I had what is it, the 2/3 that is restore 2? I had that guy in that spot for a long. Ever since I swapped to Anakin, I've found my play to be a lot more. I have like more interesting play lines now
I
rather than
know.
just restore 2.
Yeah, I don't have any other ones. Those are the only ones that I really found that really spoke to me today. Do you have any others?
No, no, that was it.
But yeah, I'm really excited and happy about how this game's playing out. So there's a card I've put on my want list, Steve, and I kind of want you to go in and talk about this a little bit because you're the expert on credit tokens as the Lando player. I've been
Oh,
thinking about running Convex Security Captain in my sideboard to deal with all the new credit tokens, but you were telling me earlier you think it's easier to destroy credit tokens than it is to just turn them off altogether. So I would love to hear your opinion of this as someone who is more deep into the credits because I'm full balls to the wall into the force. No credits over here.
yeah, I do do that thing where like I'm not very good at this game, so I just kind of like confer to other people who are good at this game. So Woo put
Same,
out a
same.
video recently that was talking about where he was talking about like different credit hate options, and I agreed 100% with what he said. And what I found has been very similar to what he had said, where basically like your blue options, like being able to just turn off credit tokens, the Convex Security Captain was like what I played in my Vel list because I was giving them credits and I wanted to make sure they just couldn't use them. And then Galen Urso also does the same thing where you can name credit and they don't get access to credits. And what I found is I could deny them those credits one, maybe two turns, and then once they get rid of them, they have access to all those credits again, and it's like nothing ever happened. Now, what we're seeing is like Arvel Skeen and the 3 drop in Cunning Heroism, the Gorn guy. Being able to just get rid of those credits has been far more better than just denying the credits for a turn or two. Being able to just like Arvel can do it when he enters, which is incredible. Which is I think why Veil Red is probably the best Veil lists. Um, but also you've got the blue green guy, Tacoma. I butchered that name, but the one that comes in and he defeats a unit credit, and you can give experience to the other guys. I think defeating them, just getting rid of, even if it's one or two, is far more effective than just saying, well, you get rid of this guy and you can have him back. Um, that has been my experience so far as playing them.
That makes sense to me. I appreciate you sharing that
You've
opinion with us.
also got that blue. There's a heroic, and this might have been one of the cards that could have been like the hey, have you looked at this card lately? Defiant Scrapper is a 3 cost blue white for 3/4, which a 3 cost 3/4 isn't great, but it's not terrible. And when played, you can just defeat an enemy credit, and I think that's fine too. Kind of does a lot of what you're trying to do with Tioma, however you say his name, and that thing costs 5, and it defeats a credit. So this comes down, 2 turns earlier and can defeat a credit. It's pretty good.
Agreed. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of meta comes out from this weekend.
Yeah,
What kind of stuff
I
everyone may
suspect
choose.
probably going to be a Luke Boba list or 2 or 5.
I could
I
imagine
think that
Obi-Wan will do okay too. Maybe not amazing, but okay.
feel like Obi-Wan just he's really good into anybody who's dares touch the ground, but anybody in outer space, I feel like I don't know, you've played a lot of Obi-Wan. Have you found success with against a lot of the pilot decks?
I haven't. It's not fair to ask. I haven't really dealt with a lot of pilot decks or space heavy decks. Like I played Dante's, and he tried his best, but he was only able to get able ever. He was only ever able to get one unit at a time onto the board. So it really was unfortunate. I just kept pulling Shatterpoint. So I haven't had to. I haven't played like a Vader or like a Boba Fett like space deck yet, and I guess we're gonna find out. But the way I had planned getting around it is I run Blue Leader in the main board, I run Ghost in the main board. In the sideboard, I have Direct Hit, Eager, Escort, Fighter, the 4/1 ambush, and I also have Hyperspace Disaster. So we'll see. I don't
Yeah, if
think
you
it'll
can get
be
a
an easy
hyperspace
matchup.
disaster.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you can live long enough for a hyperspace disaster, I think it'd be pretty good.
Well, that and then the other thing is just if I can get turn one Consular, turn two Ghost, turn three make it a Sentinel, I can at least buy time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that'll buy you years.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I cannot wait to see what comes out of the meta, though. It's going to be a crazy time to be alive to be a Star Wars Unlimited player.
absolutely.
Do you have anything else for the people, Steve?
I think that's all I've got. All the hot air I can breathe.
All right. Well, we'll catch you next time under the Twin Suns live from the Scruffy Womp Rant Cantina. Thank you, and good night. Bye bye now.